You can change one thing about this, but only one thing. What do you change?
Of you?
Yeah, just one thing.
Let's see. Just nose. I'd just make the nose a little shorter.
My nose?
Yeah, I probably would I would lift your nose up just a little, just the tiniest bit. You'd be a good Jason, what's his face?
California, the land of dreams, rich people, beautiful people, and for a short time, me. Can I join these people? Can I also be beautiful? I sat down with Dr. Richard Ellenbogen, a plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills, to find out just how beautiful I could be. Wow, look at that face, look at that jaw. I want that.
Where does that fat get taken from? From the love handles?
From the love handles. Wow. You're an excellent donor, you have plenty.
Okay, that hurt, but before I decide if I'm going to get plastic surgery, let's learn some grammar first. I started this video knowing that I don't love my face, but also, who does? Like, who looks in the mirror and goes, wow, my face is incredible? No one. But with an open mind, if I decide to change something, then it'll be for a good reason. But I didn't know where to start, so... What would you recommend to improve all of this? What would you recommend?
Okay, what I want to do is I'm going to take some pictures of you. I'll put it on the computer, okay. And I have a special plastic surgical Photoshop that I do.
Sounds great. So he took photos of my face, showed me what he would change, and already my confidence took a hit.
So what I do first is we get rid of a little bit of that neck. What we do is something called fat grafting. We take some fat from your waist by liposuction. We inject it into this area to make the face appear just a little younger, that you haven't lost that fat, which is a 30-year-old characteristic.
It annoyed me how much I really liked the changes he was showing me. And I can see how easily people might start getting plastic surgery. So to understand the rest of this video, first we need to learn some vocabulary and grammar. When you ask someone to do something for you, think of services like haircuts, repairs, or surgery. We have a special type of grammar for that. The action's more important, and we don't care who did the thing for us. For example, a haircut. The hairdresser cut my hair. Subject, verb, object. Easy sentence. But no one cares about the hairdresser. If you tell someone about your haircut, the action is the focus of the sentence. Everyone knows who did it, so we don't need to say it. So maybe change it to passive. My hair was cut. Grammatically fine. And if you need a video on the passive voice, I've got a great one. You should watch it, it will change your life. But that doesn't sound right. Why not? Well, like I said, if you ask someone to do something for you, we use a special grammar structure for that. It looks like this. I had my hair cut, or I got my hair cut. You can use the verb have or get in this structure, and it means the same thing. That should be past tense because this is finished. That happened in the past. So had or got, past tense. Then what changed? In this case, my hair. And then finally the verb. And the verb should be in verb 3, the past participle form. You know, like do, did, done. Done, that's the verb 3. That's the past participle. Difficult to see with the verb cut because that doesn't change. Cut, cut, cut. Let's try a different verb in a different example. From my life, about 5 years ago, I think, I used to wear glasses or lenses and I hated it. I was like almost blind without them. So I decided to get eye surgery. So how can I explain that? Again, I asked them to do the eye surgery to me. So I have or get. I'll use get because I got, past, my eyes. The verb is laser because they use a laser. So that's a regular verb, lasered.
I got my eyes lasered. 5 years ago, I got my eyes lasered. Best decision I ever made. But also, usually, we just change the verb to done when the verb is obvious. In that case, if I tell you, oh yeah, I'm not wearing glasses today because I got my eyes done, we both know generally what happened. Some surgery, now I can see. Same with hair. Usually you would tell someone, oh, today I got my hair done. Yes, there are many things you can do with your hair. So, if you want specific details, what happened exactly? You could ask this. Do you like my hair? Just had it done. Dude, cool. What exactly did you have done? Yeah, I had it cut, I had it dyed and straightened. Again, remember that this is something you ask someone to do to you or for you. Services, for example, like, let's say my phone is broken, I can't fix it, I need to ask someone else to fix it. So let's try that. Well, it's necessary, I need it, so I need to have or get, have. I need to have my phone, and the verb is fix or repair, doesn't matter, in verb 3. Both are regular, that's easy. I need to have my phone repaired. I need to have my phone fixed. Easy, right? Another example from my life. A few years ago, I had really bad sleep apnea. If you don't know what that is, it's basically you stop breathing in the night. Why did I do that? This is why. My tonsils were huge. It was like an infection or something. So I had to, it was necessary. I had to have my tonsils taken out. Actually, if you watch my early videos, you can hear that my voice is completely different. That's why.
Remember, June is a month-long period of time.
Remember that verb is in the verb 3 form, past participle. Take, took, taken. I had to have my tonsils taken out because couldn't breathe. What else? Oh yeah, I went to Korea a few years ago, and maybe my first day or second day, I was washing a wine glass and the glass broke, but I kept washing, I kept turning, and my thumb went into the glass. Big cut, lots of blood. I went to the hospital and I had to have stitches put in. Actually, look, you can still sort of see the scar, not as much though. Which brings me to the next reason we use this structure. When something bad happens to you, which wasn't your control, you didn't ask for it, but it happened to you anyway. We also use the same structure. I've just had my wallet stolen. This time we're using present perfect because it just happened. I've just had, we can use got, that's fine too. My wallet stolen. Again, I didn't ask for this. This isn't a service. Something bad happened to me and it wasn't in my control. So we use that same grammar structure. Okay, I think you understand the grammar pretty well now. So let's go back to deciding if I'm going to have plastic surgery or not. So many questions, so many options. Which surgeries are popular? What's the most popular thing to have done nowadays?
Let's see, a man who hits 40, he'll have his neck done, he'll have the bags under his eyes done, he'll have liposuction done over here. He will be divorced at that time, he will be looking for a new woman. That's a very common pattern that men in their 40s will do. Women 18 years old, 20 years old, 22 years old will have breast augmentation, will have their lips injected with fat. Women at 27, after their first baby, they'll probably have a breast uplift, they'll have a tummy tuck, they'll have some things done to their face, their necks. Women at 45, they've finally started, it's happened. What she knew all her life would happen, and she needs a facelift, which is a little more advanced operation. There's an incision around the ears, it's pulled up, and not only is it tightened, fat is put into the face. Things come into style, and they go out of style.
But what about the big butt, like a Kardashian?
The Kardashian butt, how's that doing?
I remember when the Brazilians used to come to my operating room in Beverly Hills about 20 years ago, and they used to call it the karaoke body, which is, I guess, what somebody from Rio is called. And they would do a tiny little waist, and they put all the fat on their hips or something like that. I said, boy, this is a great idea before it became popular. Now, of course, it's called the Brazilian butt lift and a number of other different things.
How popular is surgery? Like, do all the celebrities have it? Am I a celebrity? I have 1 million followers. Maybe.
I'm gonna say some celebrity names. You tell me if you think they've had something done or if it's just good genetics.
I'll make it easy for you. They've all had something done. It's paid. The foolproof way to know if a celebrity has had plastic surgery done, find a celebrity that's the same age as your parents. If they look better than your parents, yes, they've had plastic surgery done. Barbara Walters is 86 years old. My mother, when she was 86 years old, didn't have that jawline and neck and tight face, and my mother had more wrinkles on her upper lip than Barbara Walters has on her whole body. Of course she's had plastic surgery done. Why be so foolish as to think that she didn't just because it's good plastic surgery?
It's really good plastic surgery if you're not sure if they have had some.
Yeah. You're sure, but you're not sure.
Yeah.
You know, some people fool me. Some absolutely fool me 100%. I can't tell if they had it done.
I mean, everyone asks about Kim Kardashian. She denies that there's any plastic surgery there. She says all good genetics. What do you think?
Of course she's had this done. Of course she's had her lips injected. Of course she's had fat injections to her butt. Of course she has butt implants in there. Of course she has breast augmentation. I mean, people don't look like that, without any question in my mind, you know. Bridget Jones.
What changed exactly?
Eyes. She had heavy eyes, and she had them deepened.
She had her eyes deepened?
Yeah. She had heavy eyes like this,
Yeah.
and they took this off.
But what if something goes wrong? I mean, we've all seen Michael Jackson's nose.
What went wrong with Michael Jackson's nose?
We were supposed to do him. Myself and another plastic surgeon, we were going to do him.
You could have fixed that.
Yes. We had it all planned. Anyway, he went to Germany to do a show, and this German doctor who's like, I will fix you, I can do it. The American doctors, they don't know nothing. Anyway, so this guy talked him into having another operation. That's when his nose collapsed or so. So anyway, it could have been fixed. We could have done it. But he's not, you know, the average person that you can do this stuff on. You know, you can talk realistically to them. You can make them lay still for a while and listen to you. You can make them have 2 or 3 hours of anesthesia in order to do it. But you know, too many people depend on him. Too many people make money from him. So so he is a commodity, not a real person. He doesn't make his own decisions. It's a tragedy. You know, some of these terrible things that happen are just tragedies.
Dr. Richard Ellenbogen, thank you very much for your time.
It was a pleasure being here.
Pleasure is all mine.
I enjoyed it. No, it was mine too. I enjoyed it.
So what have I learned from this? Well, I mean, I don't want a Kardashian, but I'm probably not going to get any plastic surgery, and I think my nose is fine. So what have you had done? What would you like to get done? What are you having done right now? Maybe you're having a laptop fixed, maybe you're having your nails done, maybe you're having your hair done while watching this video. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next class.